Okay, and now we have another boy, another Yingel from a cheder. That is actually, I think, also Messiah and Sotah. Definitely part of Rav Shlomo's Shiurim. What's your first name? Naftoli Blau.
I want to say thank you by way of sharing a word about Sotah in connection to the Gemara we all learned in Meseches Sotah. Meseches Sotah, Daf Yud and Yalef, we learn about Moshe Rabbeinu's birth, his early life, his survival, and we learn later Daf Lamed Aleph about how he's leading the Yidden Bashir by Kiryas Yamsov. We also can learn an important lesson about Yisei, the man who eventually became the Shver of Moshe Rabbeinu. We learn from Yisei, which was part of the royal committee of advisors of the king of Pari. The Gemara on Daf Yud Aleph tells us that when Yisei saw the terrible plans being suggested to Pari, an attempt to save Mitzrayim from the Yidden, Yisei realized he was not in any position of power to stop Pari, yet he refused to be silent or have any connection with Chas V'Shalom causing harm to the babies of the future of Klal Yisrael. He decided to bravely give up his job and prestigious position in demonstration against Pari and his evil plan. The Eibishter's ways are the ultimate example of a Sotah for us to learn from. The Frierdiker Rebbe often said to Chassidim, the Eibishter bleibt nicht kein Machev und ist Mishal mit der Kneged Midah. Hashem had his own ways to save Moshe, while also rewarding Yosef for his bravery and efforts, as the Gemara in Sotah teaches us. Amar Rabbi Yechiel bar Abba Amar B'Samai Shleisha hayu ba'isei Eitzer Bilam ve'iyah v'Yisei. Bilam shiat nerag. Ish yisasuk nidim yisudin. Yisei shabar achzach mibnei b'anu shayash b'lishkas got shnembar b'nei keni chayset Moshe. Yisei not just merited that his children and grandchildren were the leaders of Klal Yisrael, which is grandchildren who is sitting in the Lishkas Gazus, but Hashem also allowed Yisei to personally benefit from one of those babies that he refused to condemn to death. Moshe Rabbeinu came to the rescue of his daughters when they were mistreated by the well. Like it says, Vayiyakam Moshe vayishim v'yash yaseinem. When Yisei's daughters came home and recounted the story, how they were helped, Yisei immediately responded, V'ayilam azavtem asaish. Sotah was in Yisei's DNA. Yisei cannot understand how his daughters received a favor and did not naturally recognize the favor and good deed in a proper manner. Yisei not just brought Moshe Rabbeinu for a meal and thanked him, but also honored Moshe with the opportunity to marry his daughter, which Moshe Rabbeinu accepted. Like it says, V'yitei bitei Moshe. What some would consider a small favor was for Yisei a big deal, and something that needed to be properly acknowledged and thanked. Yisei did not just teach his daughters Sotah, but through leading by example, he taught all Klal Yisrael how to express Sotah. As we learn by Yisei, that Yisei went to greet Moshe after Moshe redeemed the Yidden. Upon hearing the story, he immediately said, Baruch Hashem, asher hitla asam b'mitzrayim yad pei asher hitla asam mitachas yad Mitzrayim. Yisei was the first person to properly express Sotah to the Eibishter by proclaiming Baruch Hashem. Fortunately, this midah was originally somewhat lacking by all of Klal Yisrael, as the Gemara tells us in Meseches Nadin, Genaihu l'Moshe v'shishim libei shelo yamru Baruch atcher ba Yisei v'amar Baruch Hashem. Moshe Rabbeinu was certainly no kafei tov. The Medrash tells us how the first 3 makas were done by Aaron, for Moshe Rabbeinu would not strike the very waters that saved him. However, the absence of kafei tov does not equal Sotah. Rather, Sotah is action or speech that appropriately express appreciation and gratitude. With this introduction, I would like to say a big thank you to the Shlomim Greenwald for the Sotah campaign. This is the first Masech of Gemara I've learned outside of Siddur Yeshiva. I want to say thank you for the raffles, even though I didn't yet win. No one intended. I also wish to thank you for the recordings. The first 10 blot of Masechta I learned Chaversa with my father and my brother Moshe, while Yeshiva was not in session and the schedule of the day allowed it. But when Yeshiva resumed having the recordings with a click of a button, I can hear already share clearly explaining the daf, helped me keep up the daily commitment like the Rebbe writes in Ayim Daf Liyim Daf Liyim. So thank you very much for the wonderful recordings. I also want to say thank you for the article and for taking my special request and arranging for me the Alter-friendly Hebrew version. This allowed me to use my lunch break in yeshiva to learn and chazer many dafim. Thank you. We all bench each other. May Hashem bench the Messiah and all of Klal Yisrael with the Kabbalah Sotah b'simcha v'pnimius.